Don't jump in there anytime, man.
When you're talking the music. Let me hear you play that. And when you're walking the music. Hey, sugar, that's the way it's gotta be. The music's in the living.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Christopher, and I play Jelly Roll Morton in Jelly's Last Jam.
You are the main character, definitely, in this show. And this is a revival of the 1992-1993 Broadway Jelly's Last Jam. How do you feel to fit in the shoes of such a show that got 12 nominations, 7 awards, and so on and so on? It was a great success.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely intimidating to step into Gregory Hines and Brian Stokes Mitchell's shoes because they both play Jelly on Broadway. But there's such support and love for this show that if I attack this role with love, then I think the audience will be able to feel that.
And tell me a little bit about your career before this and how you got to this point.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I mean, I was born in Bermuda, raised in Boston, and I was actually at school in Juilliard where I got my first job playing Benny and In the Heights. Things kind of rolled on from there. Most recently, I played Pirelli in Sweeney Tod, and I also was the standby for Sweeney Tod. So when we first started rehearsals for Jelly's Last Jam, I was doing double duty, playing Jelly during the day and playing Sweeney at night. So it was a wild first week. But yeah, I've loved Jellies for so long. So when I heard that Encores was doing it, I reached out to anybody I could to just say I would love the chance to be able to attempt to play Jelly.
That is a fantastic thing because loving to do something doesn't mean you get to do it that
Exactly.
much, right?
Yes, I feel very fortunate, especially with this team and with this cast. I mean, Billy Porter, Leslie UGGAM, the original Hunies, Joaquina KALUKANGO, John played the third. Everybody is bringing their A game. Everybody's having fun doing it, but we also know the weight of this show and the message of this show. And so we're bringing our full selves into the rehearsal room every day.
Wonderful. What do you think is the most challenging part of it and the most exciting part of this show that you're doing now?
For me, really, the most challenging part is the movement. Gregory Hines was such a profound tap dancer where he could say things with his feet and his whole body that the audience would be able to really feel. And so for me, it's about staying in the vocabulary that I have, but being able to convey the same emotion, the same joy, the same pain through this movement and this choreography. We have wonderful choreographers. Domisha, oh my gosh, she's amazing. So to be able to get this new language and learn this new language and to be able to use it on stage has been both a challenge and probably the most joyous part of this experience for me.
What do you think, what do you expect from this show coming out of it? And what do you expect the audience to get out of it?
I mean, I expect from this show for me to just to come out as a better artist and a better human being, because it's not every day that the show is about being able to readdress things in your life, especially things that you might regret or things you get wrong, and being able to try to correct those or learn why you did these things. So for me, I would like to go forth after this and live my life as though I won't be able to go back and correct those things, but to really to take time to think about the decisions that I'm making and the people that I love, and make sure that they know that I love them and I show them that I love them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
and congratulations and best wishes. Break your leg with saying that.
Yeah.
I am absolutely excited to be sitting next to you because I've been wanting to interview you for so long.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
I interviewed not so long ago the director of the movie, Our Son.
Oh, Bill Oliver. Yeah.
Bill Oliver is on my show,
Yeah.
and we had a wonderful interview because I was crying and crying and crying at your movie. I saw it Tribeca Festival,
Oh, wonderful.
and the talk back was wonderful.
Thank you.
And then I followed your career because I think you are an amazing, amazing person.
Thank you.
So I'm very happy that I have this opportunity now with Jazz. Tell us about it, how you feel, how you got to it, what's the difference between this and the old brothers, the original one?
Yeah.
All the awards that you got. Oh,
This isn't about awards. What I love about this show, I was a newbie in New York in '92. And I took myself to see this show because I heard so much about it. I was doing Five Guys Named Moe.
Oh,
at the
wow,
time.
yes.
And I was an understudy, and I understudied the character of Nomo, who has a tap solo in the middle of the second act. And tap dancing, particularly with Black people, has traditionally been performative.
Yes.
It's been for performance purposes. It's been for making the audience feel comfortable, and this thing, clownish, coonish. And I remember going on for the first time in Five Guys Named Moe and launching into the tap dance, and the lighting was such that I could see the entire audience. And when I launched into the tap dance and I saw the faces of the mostly white audience, I wanted to vomit. I really did. It really did not feel good. It didn't feel good at all to me. And I didn't understand necessarily why, but it felt icky. It just was like, I just didn't like it. Literally. I go up the block. So that was on 49th Street at the Eugene O'Neill. I go up the block to 52nd Street, and I see Joey's Last Year. And what George C. Wolfe was able to accomplish, and Gregory Hines and Savion Glover, and the choreographers, Ted Levy, who did the tap choreography in that show with Gregory. The connection between the heart, the soul, the storytelling, the journey, and the feet. It was the first time I had ever seen anything like it. It took my breath away. It changed the trajectory of my life because it cracked open a possibility, a different possibility. I always have wanted to tell stories that were important. When I came to New York City, Black people did musical reviews. We had Five Guys Named Moe, Sophisticated Ladies, Ain't Misbehaving, Smokey Joe's Cafe, on and on and on and on and on, which is okay. They're all great. You're not human in those. you're not telling a story that's changing.
Lives.
You're changing lives because the performances are great, but I personally wanted to be a part of telling Black stories that are important, where the characters are three-dimensional. This was, we could add this to the list of The Wiz or Pearly or Dreamgirls. What else?
Yeah.
How many others do we really have, that tell stories that are important? This one changed everything for me. And I'm so thrilled because the role of the Chimney Man was played originally by Keith David, who is a very masculine, it was a very masculine
Absolutely.
concept, very masculine. And what I've been able to do with this and what Robert and George and, we've all agreed on is that because of the African elements, I'm bringing a two-spirit quality to this character. Because every indigenous culture has a two-spirit. We, particularly African American people, the colonizers gave us Christianity to keep control and power over us. So we've continued to be bound by concepts and ideas that aren't even ours. That didn't come from us. Homophobia did not come from us. It came from the colonizers, religion. So it's exciting that I get a chance to crack open this role in a very different way. It's very different. What I'm doing is very different from the original. And I'm excited.
Everything we do. Okay.
One more?
Everything we do is very different and very, very special.
Thank you.
And I thank you for being the person you are, and bringing to the light the questions which are really fundamental in our society, especially.
We're all human. We're all human. Period. The end. And we all deserve respect for our humanity. Period. The end. It's not a discussion. My rights and my life are no longer up for legislation. Enough of that. I love you.
Welcome to my Harlem Court.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. My name is Alaman Diadhiou, and I play young Jelly in Jelly's Last Name.
So you played the role that was of Saigon Glover
Yes, ma'am.
in the 1992 Broadway original show of Jelly.
Absolutely.
How do you feel so young and to be in such an incredible show?
I mean, I think it's one of those things that's kind of incredible, like you can't believe it. I grew up, I've been tap dancing since I was about 6 years old, and some of the first, historic shows that I was told about were Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk, and Jelly's Last Jam. So obviously Gregory Hines and Savion Glover are titans of the discipline, and as somebody who prides myself on being a tap dancer, it means the world to be able to step into those shoes, you know what I mean? And,
Literally step
yeah,
in their
right.
shoes.
Step and tap and everything, and I think it's amazing to see some of my castmates, the ensemble, the principals. They're all so committed to honoring the work, but throwing themselves into it, and I've tried to do the same. So I'm excited to be doing this show 30 years later and playing such a pivotal role in the show. It's incredibly humbling, and I'm very grateful to be here and excited to knock it down.
And how did you get to the cast?
How did I get to the task of this role or to tap dance?
No, to this role.
Oh, well, it actually happened a few weeks ago. The choreographer, Dormisha, who is another tap dance legend. Yeah, right. And we're from the same city, you know what I mean? We're some LA tap dancers. So Dormisha was familiar with the Debbie Allen Dance Academy. And she was performing at a young age, and I was always dancing and singing. And she reached out through some channels and got in contact with the casting office, and they were like, "Hey, like, we got something that we got going on here. Can you send us some tapes?" And I didn't know what it was for at first, and then it said Jelly's Last Chamber. I was like, "Oh man, like, this is meant to be. I gotta go grab this one." And it worked out. And it was meant to be, and I'm here. Yeah, So
Wonderful.
yeah.
And what do you think the public should take out of this show?
Man, I think that's a really excellent question. I think that the public should understand that this show is one of the most seminal pieces of musical theater in Broadway history, but also African American history, and it really honors the interconnected nature of our art forms and productions, all the way from the shores of Africa to their mixtures with different European and American art forms to really produce things like jazz and tap dance. But this show does the work of letting us know, hey, these things were all rooted, and their common ancestor is a Black ancestor. And so I think that with that perspective and that understanding, in a time when we're always talking about cultural appropriation and cultural rights and ownership, and even in museums, repatriation of stolen artifacts and whatnot, this show actually comments on that. And I think while it is a 30-year-old encore, it finds a really, really strong allegory with contemporary discussions surrounding culture and arts.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
We are at Jelly's Last Jam rehearsal and interview of the magnificent cast. And we are starting with the only three cast members who are from the original Broadway show in 1992 and 1993 that won 12 awards, something like that.
Nominations, right?
Nominations, and I think 6 or 7 Tonys and Golden Globes and so on. So I'm gonna start with these three beautiful ladies.
Well, I am Allison Williams, and I am honey number 3. Hi, I'm Stephanie Pope Lofgren, and I'm honey number 2. And I'm Mamie Duncan-Gibbs, honey number 1.
So what are the Hunies doing in this show? Tell us a little bit about it.
Right.
Who wants to start?
Well, we're helping Chimney Man, who is sort of the liaison between heaven and hell, helping usher Jelly into whatever afterlife he chooses, whether it's going to be heaven or hell. We'll find out at the end, but we're here to facilitate that process.
So you are like the angels trying to take in heaven, or Satan, the help of Satan trying to take him down to hell.
He's got a choice. The music.
Right.
He's got a choice.
Right. So you'll see us throughout the show making transitions and following Chimney. We're there in the scenes, so we appear all the time.
And what is, according to you, the most difficult part of being in this new show compared to the original Broadway one?
Forgetting everything we did before and being open to hearing the same music and the same lines, but doing different things.
A different interpretation of the same music. But it's also really wonderful just to be able to recreate what we've done with these characters, but also bring our newness to where we are in our lives, because we've all done so much in the past 32 years. So to be able to come back 32 years later, being individual differently than we were 32 years ago, different individuals. We've all run businesses, we've had children, we've raised families. So to be able to bring our new selves into this old story per se, but at the same time it's a new story because it's a new interpretation. So it's very exciting.
And I have to agree with Stephanie that letting go of the old, you know, is so precious and so exciting and heartwarming when we did it 32 years ago, that, you know, you can become attached to something, but to be able to release that and allow yourself to grow through this new process has been, I won't say it's difficult, but it's been a journey, and it's been quite exciting, and we're learning from it again as we learned 32 years ago.
How excited were you, and how did you decide to do this?
I was not excited. No.
I was really nervous.
Yeah, I came in kicking and screaming because I didn't want to, for the same reasons that we were just sharing. I didn't want to compare myself to who I was 32 years ago. I didn't want the audience comparing me to who I was 32 years ago. But then I realized these honeys are timeless. They're ageless. And once I was able to embrace that, then I was so excited to come in and revisit this amazing piece.
And I'll let Mamie tell you how we got here, but I'll tell you that I was nervous about coming back, but I thought about it and I said, this could be historical, because I don't know if it's ever been done on Broadway where 3 people in a group came back to the original, you know, to the original production. So I was like, we've got to do this because I don't think it's been done before.
Yes.
Not that many years with all 3 of us. So yeah.
But just following these two also, watching their careers and what they've been doing over the past 32 years, I just felt like we have to do this. There's not going to be another honey that could do it like us. And I thought the 3 of us together would really be magical. And just coming together, seeing that opportunity and embracing it and realizing that we could do this. And again, not doing what we did before, but bringing who we are now and enjoying that journey. So just the fact that they both agreed to do it, and we kind of had a Zoom call to kind of talk ourselves into it, you know, and realizing that we still had it. We still had a lot to say in the roles. And we still have a lot to say as performers, you know. So
And you can bring your experience from them.
Yes, and hopefully we're able to inspire a new generation, but also inspire our generation.
Exactly.
You know,
Because a lot of times people think, you know, when they get older, oh, they're just older now, put them out the pasture. But we still have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And, you know, they used to say the strength is wasted on the youth, because when you're older, you have more wisdom. And a lot of times you don't have the opportunities that you had as a youth, you know, as a youngster. But to have the same opportunity, bringing the wisdom that we have and the knowledge that we have at this point in our lives is really quite wonderful.
And I do want to say that we felt very strongly about doing it together.
Yes.
You know, that meant a lot to us to just be able to come together and recreate it again together. And that was very important to us. So that was why I said yes.
Thank you so much. And I wish you the best for this. Break a leg. It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to see you at the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are here at Jelly's Last Jam. And we are sitting with a pioneer. We are sitting with an icon of theater. We are here with the person who is going to impersonate the Gran Mimi, right?
Well, I'm going to play that role. And she's very, I'm Leslie UGGAM, by the way.
Yes.
And I play
Sorry.
Gran Mimi.
I gave it for granted.
And she has influenced Jelly's life because she doesn't approve of the life that he has chosen. Being a Creole is just not acceptable. And they have a very a strange relationship, and it colors the way he looks at life.
Yes.
She's the villain.
She's the villain. You're the villain.
Yes.
Yes.
She's
I haven't
the
seen you
villain.
in villain part before. I don't remember.
Well, when I did Empire, I was.
Oh, I
remember.
forgot about that.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were pretty bad.
Yes.
You were pretty bad
Yeah,
in Empire.
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. You even transformed yourself because I know you so. It's like this was another person.
Who is that?
It was you. Fantastic. But she's the question of coloring is really very important in the Afro-American community. That's what I found out.
Well, especially in this. I mean, it was back in the day that the higher you were in the yellow coloring, the more you were almost white kind of situation. And so any person that was darker was like, we don't want to mingle with that kind of person, you know. And that's how it was back then when it came to the French Creole.
Yes.
Because there are other Creoles, but the French Creole, you know, if you could almost look white and you had the good hair and it was like, you know, and you had the French accent and you spoke French, it was very important.
And this is the reason why, in reality, his relationship with you is the reason why he leaves home.
Well,
in the end,
yes,
right?
because he wants to get out of that, you know, just listening to classical music and things like that. He wants to do music that he feels that's in his soul, and he wants to do it, but he knows that he has to sneak around because he knows that his grandmother wouldn't approve of it because she's raising him because his mother is no longer alive. And he wants to see what that other world is out there, and she's like, "This, you cannot be doing this. Who are you, those dark people, what are you doing?"
What brings him after he leaves and he goes around in the streets and he becomes really the person who has made jazz very famous at the beginning of the century, right?
Well,
as a real
but
life.
also he's got an ego because he was raised a certain way, and he thinks he's all that. And when he leaves home, he has a lot to learn, and he learns it. But the thing is, he likes to take credit for being the first in certain things, that there were other people before him that started jazz. So he gets his comeuppance from people who say, you know, who are you? But he's not the most, he uses a lot of people. He uses a lot of people. And of course, the whole story is how he flashes back in his life because the Chimney Man forces him to look at what really was happening with him.
The reality of his life.
Yeah. So and the music is incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah, you know, and I was very close with Gregory Hines, so
wow.
it's when I saw it with him and Tanya Pinkins, and it was incredible. And I think the audience is, because it hasn't been done in a long time, so I think the audience is really going to enjoy it, and the dancing is amazing.
I am so happy that they're taking this back because I wasn't in the States yet when that was playing on Broadway.
Yes.
It.
Yeah, it's really something, you know.
And I mean, it brought tap dancing to a different level.
Oh, yes, absolutely. People hadn't seen that kind of dancing for a long time. You know, the Nicholas brothers, who were famous in the movies, did that kind of dancing. And that's what Gregory did, and his brother Maurice, they both were those kind of dancers. And so to see this on Broadway, directed by the great George C. Wolfe,
Yes.
it was extraordinary. And the music that was arranged by Luther Henderson was just really something. You see, so I'm excited about that, and that's why I wanted to come and do it, because I haven't been doing musicals for a while. All of a sudden I got into the acting world.
Yeah, well,
When they said,
you're great in the acting world, so
so it was,
how does it feel to be back in the musical?
oh my God, it's exciting, you know, it's, people don't realize it's hard work, doing a musical and 8 shows a week, and so it's good. I needed to do this because, you know, when you do a movie or television, everybody spoils you, you know. And in theater, you know, you are there, putting on your own makeup.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm used to now sitting in the chair, and then, but now you're doing
Being served.
being served. And now this is a whole different animal, and it's good. It's really good, and it's live because you're doing it in front of a live audience, and so you're getting their reaction. Immediately, you know where you stand with them.
Exactly.
And if you give, they give.
What do you expect from to give the public and the public to get out of this show now? This revival.
You know, it's a revival, but it holds up today. It's not one of those shows that you go, oh yeah, I can understand why it was great back in the day. This is current because it deals with issues that are current issues.
Yes,
And,
unfortunately.
yeah, you know, and so therefore it's very current. Tap dancing to a whole different level because you don't see enough of it. And this is extraordinary dancing that you're going to see. And plus, I think because of the stuff that I've been doing, it's going to bring an audience that goes, she sings? So let me go, okay, let me check this out. And they're going to love not only this piece, but I think it's going to say to them, we need to go to more theater because we need the young people to embrace the theater, to keep it going, you know. It can't just be the older generation. We need the new generation, and this is a perfect show for them.
And it's also, there is a new generation of actors and
super
performers
talented,
who are amazing.
Super talented. I mean, I watch the rehearsal and I go, oh my God, this person is fabulous. Where have I been? How come I haven't seen them? You know, some of them I have seen, but they get a chance to show why they are the principal in the show.
Yes. And how did you decide to come and do a show, a musical again?
Well, I wasn't really out there searching hard to do one, but when I heard about this, first of all, I did a show here once before, the Encores show called Pipe Dream.
Oh yes,
yes,
I heard about that.
And that's when you carried the book, and then you did, and then part of it you didn't carry the book. It was crazy. With this, you're doing a show, and this project and the character that I was playing, it was just enough of me to do. I didn't have to carry the show, and because of the history of it with the people that I loved who did the show, and the opportunity to do it again, because it hasn't been done in such a long time, I said, yeah, I'd love to do this.
And to carry their legacy and pay homage to them.
And you know, I had just, we have the Oscar-nominated movie I'm in called American Fiction, so it was just perfect that I had the time to do this.
Wonderful. And congratulations
Thank
for
you.
all that you've been doing with your theater, the film, the TV, and now this, the musical.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I think so. Don't walk, run to see Jelly's Last Jam.
That's right. Say that again.
Don't walk, run to see Jelly's Last Jam at City Center.
Starting on February 21st.
Yep.
Don't waste time. Get the tickets.
And it came to pass that a people were born, then torn from the land that was their home. The story of their pain was set forth in music, destined to conquer, take the world by storm. And so, messengers were called to spread its glory. Go forth, Armstrong. Go forth, Ellington. Go forth, Basie, Bolden, and Bechet. And it came to pass that a messenger was called who came to believe that the message was him. Yes, he of diamond tooth and flashy thread,